Good morning. I am so glad that you came back to join me. And today's card, we're going to continue to use some of these cute little birds that I cut from the Bird Ballad designer paper. We've been using those for a couple videos I showed you now. So what I wanted to point out is here is my blog. I'd really appreciate it if you would hop on over there and check me out. The hostess code for your orders in August is that right here. If you place your online order, then I would really appreciate it if you use that hostess code. Hop on over to my blog spot and I'll give you the link to shop with me. So what I wanted to do is I wanted to show you a card that I got from the leftovers from another card, okay? So here we go. I'm going to share this card with you. Now, I'm going to right off the bat say this was not my creation. This was a card that Glenda Calkins made, and I cased it. Now, to case a card means to copy and share everything. So when we as demonstrators put something on our blog, we fully expect other people to copy us. And if not, then we wouldn't put it out there. So, and I just wanted to thank Glenda. That's a gorgeous card. My claim to fame is that I used to be on Glenda's team, and then she took a couple-year hiatus, and now she's back. The sad part is I didn't get to be on her team again, but she's doing very well once again. So what happened when I cut out this element right here? I'll show you that. See that? That's the piece. Okay. I used the stitched nested labels dies that coordinate with the Free as a Bird stamp set as a bundle. So that's what Glenda used on this card here. She used that cute little bird image right there. So, but I'm not going to use the stamp set, but it is a bundle. So therefore, if you buy it as a bundle, you save 10%. So I had this, but then what you end up with is you end up with a bunch of pieces like this. And I thought, well, I'm not going to just let those go to waste. I'm sure I can use them for something else. So I started to create. And this is one of the first cards that I made. And then I made this card. So even this piece was a happy accident. I needed a piece right in here that is the Daffodil Delight. And I used the wrong size. I used the wrong size of these nesting labels. And so I ended up with a smaller size, which wasn't going to work because it's the same size upside down. So it's the same size as the image here. So I ended up with a few of these left over. So therefore I'm thinking, okay, now I need to come up with something to use those for. And it just kind of came together as I did that. So let's head on over to our card. I'm going to tell you what you're going to need for today. You are going to need your card base. I am using the Thick Whisper White. I love it. It's nice and sturdy for your cards. It measures 8.5 by 5.5, scored at 4 1/4. Then I cut another piece of Whisper White paper that is 4 by 5 1/4. Then I cut another piece of Whisper White that is 3 7/8 by 5 1/8. And I embossed it with the Layered Leaves. Here we go. The Layered Leaves Dynamic Folder. Now, all our dynamic folders are coming out in 3D. So you'll still be able to get this folder. And you can see I'm going to have to get a new one for myself. And then mine's all cracked. But anyways, this is the one I have. That's the one I used. And before I go any farther, I'm going to spritz it again. Remember how I like to make things sparkle, I'm going to go off camera a minute, and I'm going to spritz this at arm's length. Okay. So let's see, how do I want to design it today? I'm going to do it a little different, I think. Well, let's go ahead and get started. I like to put tape on all four sides and as close to the edge as I can get it. And I'm going to layer it. Now this is, I'll show you, this is just 1/8 of an inch difference. And you're going to say, well, why bother? But it really does add a level of dimension to your card. Okay, here we put this on the card base. Now, how do I want to lay it out? I want it to be different. Okay, I have some other sizes cut out. I think I'm going to go with a smaller size. Let's see, that one would be, I don't know how you do it with your dies, but this is how I judge it. I start with the smallest. So I go 1, 3, 5, 7, 2, 4, 6, 8. And so this size here is 1, 3, 5. So number 5. This one here is number 7. Number 7. So I'm going to put that there, and I'm going to want a greeting. All right, I'm going to put happy birthday on there. Oh my, that's terribly, terribly crooked. I'm going to cut a new one. I'm going to cut a new one. Pull in my Big Shot. And my clear plate. Maybe I should have just stamped it first. Let's try that again. See if I can get that a little bit straighter. Can you see what I'm doing? I guess you can see that everybody has their crooked stamping moments. That's so much better. And I would hate to put a crooked one on a card. Let's see, do I want, those are actually little bird prints. Bird footprints. I don't know if that's what you'd call it. All right, and then I'm going to go this direction. So on the first card, I did a horizontal card this way, and this one I made a sympathy on the inside. This is what I did on the inside. May your heart find the peace it needs. I love that. This one here, I did them vertically like this. And happy birthday on the inside. I made you a card because you're worth it, of course. And this is what another tip that I'm going to show you today. All right, so we have that, and I got to decide on my birds, which, of course, I did ahead of time. This bird was cut from the edge of the 12 by 12, and I didn't trim it off, thinking I might be able to use it that way. And sure enough, I can do that by placing it there. And then I got another one up here. That's a little bit too big. Let's try something else. That's too big too. Shall we go with another color? Oh, the decisions. Oh, there, I like that one. I like that one a lot. Okay, so I'm gonna come in with my liquid Tombow glue, and I put ever so slightly amounts because I don't want it to ooze out the sides. So So just be real cautious. I'm hardly pinching it at all. But this is such great glue. Okay. Line it up to the edge. And now we'll do this one. A little glue. And we'll put this one up here. Okay, so now for the inside, what I wanted to show you, I'll set that aside a minute. This is just a scrap piece of Daffodil Delight. I have to learn to get it in the camera, don't I? Daffodil Delight, and I'm gonna show you what happened when I was cutting these out. And I cut them out side by side, and I ended up with this little piece here. And of course the crafter in me says, oh, I bet I could use that for something down the road that kind of looks like an hourglass or a bow tie. So just something fun that I can use. I am going to use the stamp. I made you a card because you're worth it. I'll put that right there. Now I am going to use number 4. Number 4, that would be this one here. And I'm going to bring in my big shot. So this is, oh, can't see it. This is too much airspace for me. I mean, I could cut it just like this, but there's just too much airspace for me. So I wanted to see if I could change that up. Run it through one time. And now I'm going to place it back on there where I want it. Get it as even as I can. And my clear plate. There's the bottom part. And then I went back in again. There we go for the top part. Hopefully it'll come through even. Set that aside. There. Of course it's crooked. I always blame it on my astigmatism, so now I gotta find my card that I just put together. And I keep losing my cards. I guess I'm just videoing this as if it was a Facebook Live, you know. So if I make a mistake, oh well, you'll forgive me, I hope. So therefore I can put that in my card, and it just is so much more than if you just stamp the words in there. I made you a card because you're worth it. Then when I was also cutting out this here, I end up with some 3/4 inch strips like this. So I can cut them at 4 inches. And that just is another added dimension to your card. People love it because you've taken the extra time. That's a little too big. I kind of like that one. I'm starting to think I'm going to have to cut some more birds out because I'm just loving this so much. Oh, I'm sorry, you can't see what I'm doing. I never had a tutorial on how to do this, so I'm just kind of winging it as I watch many other demonstrators do their thing. It always looks so easy. And there you go. Isn't that the cutest thing on the inside of your card? I love that. So I thank you, Glenda, for sharing this card on your blog and showing us how to make it. And then these are the cards again that I made. This one here. Let's see. That's the inside for that one. Sympathy. Because my strips were 4 inches, I put the strip along the left side, and then I tucked in my greeting there. It's a little bumpy there. I probably would cut that off the next time, but then adding the bird on there. I love that for a sympathy card. And then today's card, and they're all 3 different, and all 3 same. That would make such a cute gift, wouldn't it? Well, thank you for joining me today. I hope you have a wonderful day, and I hope you come back again soon.